Hello, 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 and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East. So, this is a fairly new game on Steam. It has been out quite a while, but on the Matrix store. So, I thought we'd give it a go. I'm not in any way confident with this game. It's a very complex. Well, it's an objectively complex game. It's complex when you first look at it, but once you think, well, physics figured out the basic mechanics, and it's really not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and just lower the sound volume first, as I do not want to deafen myself. Um, okay, hopefully that should be bearable. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick a scenario. We're gonna go with we'll go for the road to Leningrad. There we go. So, historical overview. In the early morning hours of the 22nd of June 1941, German forces of Army Group North crossed the border and headed for Leningrad. So the scenario overview. The Axis player must use his mechanized forces wisely to establish a supply line for the following infantry, who will be needed for the assault on the city. He must then look to cut the supply lines to the city of Leningrad, firstly by rail and then across Lake Ladoga. The Soviet must delay the Axis advance. Okay, well, we're not playing the Soviet, of course, so we're playing the Mighty Third Reich. And I do. Well, I'm using Bandicam right now, actually, so you're gonna have to forgive me being a little bit like, I'm not too sure what I'm doing. Mostly because, yeah, it's strange. There's not really a full screen mode for this game. There is, but it's kind of Windows, so Fraps doesn't pick it up. So I'm really hoping that I've kind of fixed the issues I've had with Bandicam in the past. So here's hoping for that. So basically, let's take a look at this scenario. So this is where we are playing. Obviously, this is a hell of a lot smaller chunk of the map than what you would normally be playing with on the campaign. So let's take a look at our objectives. This is the objective button. Right. I imagine these are sort of like secondary objectives. Our main objective, of course, is Leningrad, the city itself. Well, it's kind of into three parts, which is very interesting. Now, these black dots here, these black dots represent towns. So we can see here, nation, Soviet Union, etc., etc. If this town had something of value, it tells where it manufactured. So we'll take a look at a town near Leningrad. Yeah, so it produces manpower. There's a little bit of supply there as well. So right then, now that we know our objectives, we can begin the planning. Now this map mode here, this map mode shows enemy, well, control of these zones. So basically, this is a very important map mode. You'll see why soon enough. Okay. Actually, using Bandicam, I can actually plan out my moves, so that's interesting. Okay. Right, so we'll turn off the objective thing. Let's try the Bandicam then. Okay. So we have the highlighter here. So, what we need to do then is we need to, obviously... Oops, wrong colour. We'll try a blue. Right. Oh, that is hideous. Okay. That's brilliant. So what we need to do is we obviously need to advance towards Leningrad, but we need to take Riga as well. These towns along here aren't really important, but as you can see here, this is the Baltic Rail Zone. So everything within this zone here is basically the railroads at the same gauge, I believe the term is, as the German railroads. As Soviet railroads, they're a larger track. The tracks are a lot wider, they're made for wider trains, so we can't use them. What we have to do is use pioneer battalions to change the tracks. Right then, so let's see. We'll use a nice... let's go with purple. I don't know if you can see this little menu, but it's quite nice actually. So, we have all these enemy troops here. They're not going to be none the wiser as this is a surprise attack. We have, in the first turn, a combat bonus to our attacks, which is really lovely actually. Gotta love it. So what do we have? We have security forces here, basically bodyguards, infantry divisions. I'm not too sure what this is actually. Infantry, infantry. Where is their armor? We have some armor in the rear and motorized. So, what I'm thinking is maybe we try and sweep round like such and envelop the Soviet forces. Something like that shitty little drawing there. So try and envelop the enemy forces and crush them. It could go like that. Something, you know what I'm trying to get at. We basically need to cut them off from supply and then crush them. So we're gonna... Oh, that is actually a really handy tool. I'm actually really quite happy about that. I do hope I could use that for other things. Right then. So we're going to go ahead with the air campaign first. Now, actually, let's turn this... Whoops. Turn this off. There we go. So these here represent our airfields, like, well, obviously our blinds. So let's see, what do we actually have on this airfield? We have a Junkers 88A. There's a hell of a lot of detail to this game. I can't believe how much detail there is. So we have 20... Well, we have quite a few Junkers at 88. We have a 88D1. Well, we have 8 of them. Right. So these seem to be maybe like attacker craft. Let's compare. Yeah. So these are basically like ground attacker planes. There we go. Which is good to know. Okay, so now how you use these things is basically, this is your movement via rail. This is naval move, so basically if you have ships or you have something already on the water, amphibious, you need to be at a port though to do this. Air recon. No, I've turned, well, I've made it so fog of war does not apply, so that one's not too particularly useful right now, but it would be. I imagine it probably still has some use. Now, this is to do with the actual air forces, so this would be to bomb individual divisions. What we want is the bomb airfields. Now, the Soviet airfields we can find. So here we have 13, 43, 23, 54 bombers, 54, and another 44. I wish you could tell what kind of model... Actually, no, you can tell what models they are. It's right in front of me. Okay, so let's find the heaviest concentration of Soviet aircraft. That's quite a number there. How many do we have? 62 APs. Oh no, the MiG-3s. Okay. Yeah, quite a number of MiG-3s there. Not too many over here, but they're out of our range. Now, what we're going to do is take a look. Now, if you see at the bottom of the menu, the bar basically at the bottom, you can see the anti-aircraft guns. It appears that they have 41 light anti-aircraft guns and maybe 19 heavy anti-aircraft guns. That is, of course, if I'm reading the toolbar correctly. Okay, so there's a lot less AA over here. So we're going to go for some initial strikes. Right, so what we'll do here is pause. So we have sent 105 BF-109 F2s, 103 Junkers 88As. So look, in the attack, we lost 2 fighters, so we lost 2 BF-109s. But so far, well, they have 14 fighters defending. They've lost 39 fighters so far and 36 bombers and 20 men. But let the battle play out. I've paused it, haven't I? There we go. We'll try that again. Nowhere near as many bombers this time. Right, so we'll keep going for this airfield. Okay. They're losing more and more planes each time. So notice the number of planes has drastically gone down. We're gonna go over to here actually, that's an easy target. Ah, so these are utility planes, I believe. Maybe these drop supplies. So that's quite good then if we've done that. It prevents them from resupplying troops that may become, I don't know, possibly encircled. Who knows? Right, so we're just going to throw the last of them at this concentration. I mean, to knock out all these planes while on the ground is just, oh, it's such an advantage. Okay. Right, how many more do we have? Kind of running low on planes right now. This is not because they're being shot down. Well, some of them are. It's basically there's only so many flights a week that a pilot can perform, obviously. Okay. So if we go over here to the info screen and we take a look at the losses, we can see the Axis losses and the Soviet losses. This is ground losses, so we'll change to air losses. So far, the Soviets have lost 303 planes. We have lost 8. They lost 193 fighter bombers, 3 tactical bombers, 69 level bombers, 38 recon. They lost 26 in the air, 0 to flak, 270 were destroyed on the ground, and 7 operational losses, which is interesting. Maybe they didn't have the fuel, who knows. Right then. So let's see. We have the strong armour to push down here. Okay. So this number here dictates combat value, this dictates movement. Obviously you can change this. I've changed the option so we have a bar here representing how much further the unit can move. Which I find handy. I like that. Okay. So we'll select all the divisions. And we shall attack. There we go. So the 33rd Rifle Division has retreated. We're going to advance forth. There we go. Now what do we have over here? The 33rd Rifle, 16th, 10th, 10th Anti-Tank Artillery Brigade. Okay. Do we have any movement? Okay, there we go. The NKVD Border Regiment. Border. Right. So move here. Okay. Do we have any armor? I don't think we have armor as such. Oh, here we do. Yes, we do. We have armor here then. Okay. Can't move up too far, obviously, because we have this. Right, so here we go. But we'll move that later. Okay. What we need to do is move up the units. Here. Right. So we'll tie this division here. Okay, move up. Now they have routed. Basically what this means is this unit has routed and they will remain here. If we were to, I don't know, maybe send an armor division here and basically finish destroying the unit. If this unit stays here and basically recuperates, they will be back into the fight. But as of now, we could completely destroy them. So that's our objective for the moment. Right, so we'll move this. Well, we could actually use these to destroy these, so we'll do that actually. Oh, another thing I need to show you guys. Map information. Fort levels. So this dictates the defensive advantage of the enemies. So these are level 2, so it's not too... Well, we can defeat them, but it's going to cost us a lot more in the long run. So it's not too much point. Okay. Let's move over here. Oops. Right, so we have a Panzer Division here, so we're going to deselect that. There we go, they surrendered. Now the Panzers can move a damn sight farther than anything else. But we're going to save the Panzer Divisions for the meantime. I want to try and see what I can do with the infantry first. Okay. Excuse me. Move these divisions down here. Right, so we have a mechanized... Well, we have a motorized division. Um, okay. We have an airfield down here, actually. Can we reach any of the other airfields? No, we cannot. We could reach their headquarters, but we wouldn't be able to support ourselves out there. Would be kind of overstretched, and our lines would be quite easily cut off. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a Panzer Division over here. The 8th Panzer Division. Right, we use them to smash this force. Okay. Armoured fighting vehicles, we lost 10. It's a bit of a shame. Oh well. Damn them. Damn it, I did not mean to move the headquarters. There we go. Right, we need to stack up. Don't have the movement. We do have an SS division over here. Yeah, they're definitely holding, aren't they? I imagine it's because of the river. Interesting. Okay, that's fine by me. We can surround them. Get rid of this division. Okay. I think I'll move up the armor divisions. Then again, actually, if we can destroy these routed units, yeah, that's just force them further away. Okay. Take one of them and head for the town over here. There we go. Secure the town. Ah, here we go. Let's see. No movement, okay. Fair enough. Good. Now what we're doing here is we're trying to shrink the size of the pocket. There we go. That'll do. Okay. We have these forces here, but they don't have any movement. We do have these men, actually. And what looks like SS. Send them up this way. Okay. Right then. Let's see. This unit still has some movement in it. There we go. So, that's not too bad actually, it's linked up fairly well. The only issue is obviously the supply lines here, but our forces here should keep supply lines open for them. And as far as I'm aware, that seems to be all we can do for now. So we're going to end Zeton and see what happens. And now this is the Soviet turn. Okay, so you can obviously see here, this force is isolated for the time being. We do need to take this. Definitely need to take this. Just so we can move the motorized divisions. I imagine it's obviously due to the fact of... oh, hello, let's see what's going on here. I'm really glad, actually. They've moved down here to... Estonia? Estonia? Latvia? Estonia? I believe it's Estonia. I really can't remember at the moment. It was a long night. It was a long night and day today. Obviously, the night was last night. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to get across. Yes, and I decided today to give a first impression of this game so far. And I'm enjoying it. Really enjoying it. Right, so we can see our air losses here. So we've suffered 13 losses so far, which is just nothing. While the Soviets have suffered 421. Ground losses. We've lost a couple thousand. We've lost 1,000 men. They've been killed. They're dead. 46 were captured. 3,183 were disabled. Basically, these men injured, etc., etc. And we rescued 6 men from captivity, apparently. Right. So the Soviets, on the other hand, have lost 57,000. 642 guns, we lost 52. Armoured fighter vehicles, 22, 227. I'm not too sure what this is. 99 and 2. Right, so you can definitely see the difference here. We're really doing quite well. So there was this 4,200 for 57,000. If you want to work out the ratio, go for it. Right, so he's moved all the forces down here. What do we have here? The 67th, the 10th, and the 41st fortified region. Interesting. Security, the 90th are all remains. What we have over here, fortified. Artillery, a routed tank division. So, honestly, we're going to close this pocket. Well, we're going to annihilate these guys. We're going to annihilate them. Let's see. Right. So this map mode, this shows units that are isolated from supply. Yeah. They're not receiving supplies. They're kind of in the shit. As far as I can say. It's a really good little thing. And his factory locations. Build a breakdown units. Let's see. Unit modes. But yeah, this is great. It obviously would apply to our units as well if they were isolated, but these units are isolated. We actually have a good amount of men down here. What do we have? The 84th Motorized and the airfield. Okay. So what we can do is we can move up our units. There we go. Stack up here, and we'll attack. There we go. 7. And we've taken the city. Okay. I do like the SS. Oh god, no. I mean, I like the SS motorized because they're stronger and they have more morale. Don't take that out of context. I did not just say that I like the SS. So yes. Okay. Right. So I'm going to make a run for Riga. There we go. Okay. Damn, they can go far. What are our objectives again? Just... There we go. So let's see. Objectives? Objectives. Do I have the right map mode? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Talon in. Pskov as well, but troops around in Pskov aren't too much of a worry right now. Where could we do with establishing control? Well, we'll cut off and destroy these forces over here, then we're basically okay. So we'll head over here and we'll deal with this unit. We'll also extend the size of the supply corridor. There we go, captured 4 tons of supply and 2 tons of fuel. We'll head up here. There we go. So these guys are definitely out of supply. These are not counted as isolated yet, as obviously with this being turn-based, it's kind of happened, but it's not really happened as of yet, as such. Okay, so let's finish this up. They will fight a hell of a lot worse as they're pretty much out of supply and buggered. There we go, surrendered. Lovely jubbly. We'll use the forces at the back. Damn, I had 2 units stacked here. Fair enough.